Hi, this is Max Watermayer, and you're watching Loudmouth present Off the Top Rope, uncensored, uncut.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages and denominations, Loudmouth presents Off the Top Rope. It's going to be a little bit different because we are going to be talking about something that every professional wrestler should actually take to heart, and that is looking after your body and nutrition. With us here, we've got a gentleman by the name of Max Watermayer. Used to wrestle in South Africa under his various guises as Max the Detonator Johnson. Max, great to have you on the show.
Hi, thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Not a problem.
I'm happy you're mentioning every wrestler must know about nutrition.
Yeah. Well, I'd struggle with it. I'll be honest with you.
Listen.
I do.
It's not easy. It's not easy. I'll be the first to acknowledge it. So many times we run a program. I can tell you now about everything not to eat, and you can acknowledge and say, well, I know it's bad for me, I'm not going to eat it. But 10 minutes later, you and me are having some chocolate cake because it's our program, it's our paradigm. So it's not just good changing a diet or doing an exercise program. You need to change your energy. You need to change your life.
Yeah.
We spoke about this before.
Yeah, many times. Well, when you were on the road and when you started out with your wrestling career, how were you able to eat cleaner on the road?
Well, luckily on the road, it wasn't like two to 4 days. It was like a road show, going away for a day, come back. So pack some food or have the burger patty and not the bun, it was that kind of thing,
Yeah.
Listen, we all got a reward system in our minds. After every match, you're going to reward yourself with a burger if there's burgers for free.
Sure.
You're going to have a Coke and a burger. That's how it is. Unfortunately, there's a stigma to wrestling where you have to eat a lot and you have to eat everything because it's free, because the people that is hosting the show is giving the food for free. And then you have to have some alcohol, because it's a happy party, and that's where we need to make changes,
Right. Were you ever okay? When we say indulge, every wrestler afterwards had a beer or two or three or something like that. Was that ever in your plan? Because you've always had a very good physique. Or was alcohol like just one of those things where it just didn't interest you?
No, I think at that time I was younger and I was competing in a lot of shows as well as a bodybuilder. And it was more important to stay sober and not indulge in that, It wasn't it wasn't something that attracted me. No. I was more the John Cena type, It was more about the body.
Right.
Okay,
let's go. Sorry, go ahead.
And listen, there's nothing wrong because I know of wrestlers that they can't wrestle without having alcohol before the match.
Yeah.
If they're not having alcohol, they got shit matches. But if they do, they're the best matches ever. So there's nothing wrong with it. It's just what do you want to use and what do you don't want to use,
Right. Let's talk a bit about your wrestling career before we go into the nutrition side. Where did you start training when you first started out as a professional?
I think it was in 1989 with Paul Lloyd and Steve Davis.
Okay.
Paul Lloyd was still alive.
Right.
We used to drive to a place in Alberton. I think it was Paul Lloyd's house. There was a ring at the back, and I was with a guy called, I can't remember his name now, but he was also a wrestler. He used to introduce me to Steve.
Right.
And then, I went from there, and I think my first my first show was for, I can't remember Steve's federation, it was called IWF or something.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And then from
Okay.
there, I think I went to XWE, Johan,
Mm-hmm.
and then we went to ETV, and
Sure.
then to Chorus and Nandi.
All right.
That was it.
How was your experience working with the AWF crowd on ETVs on the ETV show?
It was great. It was it was structured, it was planned, it was professional.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of hurry up and wait in all these production shows.
Yeah,
You have to
yeah.
be at the place around 2, but the show's only at 8 o'clock at night. But
Yeah.
a lot of people needs to do a lot of stuff behind the curtain to get things ready for the show.
Yes.
I've learned a lot out of being professional, being on time, and just doing those small things. I wish everybody could have experienced what I've experienced.
Sure.
Unfortunately, at that time, we had one crew on this side of the wrestling that was against this crew, and we got ETV and we got SABC and we're going to be bigger. If we all just joined and we all came together, we could have made it a huge thing.
Yeah.
I was part of the SABC as well for a brief stint.
Yeah.
It didn't even compare. Listen, ETV flew us down to Cape Town, put us up in 5-star hotels. We were, that was the closest having a professional wrestlers live in South Africa.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm just, I think guys like you, yourself, George, Ananji, all these others, have lost out in that experience.
Yeah. Okay. I don't want to embarrass you in that, but the first gimmick that you had. Let's talk about I didn't want to bring it up, but it wasn't really good, was it?
No, it wasn't. Originality wasn't there. There wasn't much of that in that gimmick.
No.
Shawn Michaels was the hero of the day, and I thought, wow, he looks cool. I want to look like him, do stuff like him. But then I realized I was a lot heavier than him, and I wasn't that flexible. I couldn't fly like him, and I had to adapt to that,
Right.
So,
right.
Well,
Okay.
no, that was not a hit. No.
Right. The Max the Detonator gimmick with the black and white shorts and the black and white jacket and things like that. That was more fitting the style that you wanted to bring forward and wanted to present to the people that watched wrestling and that watched you wrestle. Or that was more closer to your personal character than it was your professional wrestling character.
That was. So what happened was me and Jason, Steel Warrior McGinn, was sitting one day, and I said, listen, I'm frustrated. I need to come up with something. And he actually helped me come up with this gimmick. And it felt more like me, it felt more like, this is me,
Right.
the white side or the black side. You don't know what you get, the yellow or the black. If I can have everything over, I would have done it a little bit different. I would have had much more better mic skills. I wouldn't have been so shy. I would have broken into a character, and stay in a character.
Right. And if you don't mind, I did borrow the black and white look from you in my later stuff, because it looked so good. And now I'm not exactly muscular like you, so I can't exactly wear the hot pants and things like that. But the black and white was a really, really good look, and I did say borrow it from you because it did look good. I'm not gonna lie to you, But of course I can't really show off my muscles and everything. I don't have that, but I did the best with what I could.
It's not like you don't have, you do have muscles. It's
Well,
just, there's programs that needs to be changed and you can have it,
exactly.
I don't
So,
know. I don't know if you watched the documentary on
doctor?
Diamond Dallas Page. The
Oh yeah.
documentary on Diamond Dallas
Yes,
Page
yes.
with the guy that was overweight and he couldn't walk.
Yeah.
So if he can change, I think he can change.
Yeah, of course. It's a mental game.
That's it.
The struggle is in your mind first. Once your mind is right, everything else falls into place.
If you can see it in your mind and you can see it and you can hold that image for long enough in your mind,
Yeah.
and you can get a feeling in your heart, you can do it.
Sure.
I promise you can do it.
Now, how did you, as somebody that eats clean and goes to the gym and things like that, how did you manage during the lockdown times to maintain that healthy diet more than anything else?
Well, I said to myself, this is a time to show strength, Luckily, I had access to a gym. A lot of people got put on some extra weight, but
Sure.
at least they kept, the females, at least they kept their hair very nice and their nails. I don't know how they did it, but yeah, they did, but I had some extra pounds. So,
Right.
no. So what I did was, I just said, this is a time to be strong. This is a time to really, pick yourself up. And, everybody, most people I know was either training or they weren't training. And I said,
Right.
I'm going to be the one training, So it's again, what are you going to do about your circumstances and situations, And I just decided to train through it and not indulge, even though you want to reward yourself because you're in a pandemic situation.
That's right. Right. Did you manage to avoid getting COVID, or did you get COVID?
I've never had it in my life. I don't know what it is.
Good for you.
Listen. I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything, but I never had it.
Sure.
As soon as the gym started to open up, we went to the gym. I greeted everyone with my hands. I trained. I went and bought coffee. I had a cookie with it. Believe it or not, I never got it.
Right.
So if you're going to ask me, I'll be the worst person to tell you it does exist or it doesn't exist, but I never had it. I can't tell you.
Right.
If you ask me, did I drink ivermectin the whole time? No, I didn't. I don't know.
Sure.
Maybe it's a certain blood or a certain, it attacks a certain DNA or something. I don't know. I can't tell you.
Right. I get you. With regards to professional wrestling, you get the few guys that are in shape. You get some guys like me who maybe don't look in the best shape, but certainly can move in the ring and have got the wrestling stamina. And they comes into the gym skinny guys. They've got the passion for wrestling, and they really just need to put on a bit of show muscle, if you want to call it that. I'll use it in quotation fingers, but they do need to bulk up a little bit. You either get them proportionate or you get them disproportionate. The proportionate ones are really big or really, really skinny. Now, if a guy comes in to you and is really, really skinny, what advice would you give to him to say, hey, listen, you need to bulk up a little bit? Just give us a scenario about a really skinny kid coming in and bulking up.
So most of the time, when you talk to these oaks and you ask them, okay, what do you eat? They're going to answer you, I eat everything. I eat my mom or my dad out of the house, or my wife, or whoever. Okay. Then the second question is always, okay, tell me what you ate today. And then it's like, no, I had 3 garage pies. Then I stopped at McDonald's, and then I got home and I ate what my wife made. Okay.
Yeah.
What did you have yesterday? No, something totally different, So first of all, when you want to bulk up someone, you first need to get a plan together. You get a plan together, you get a structure. Okay. So now this is how the body works. If tomorrow at 7 o'clock we have 80 grams of oats with 4 eggs, okay,
Right.
and the day after, and the day after, and the day after, the body is you're starting to program your body. You're starting to program your metabolism.
Yeah.
So now what's going to happen is your body is going to ramp it up because he knows every day at 7 o'clock, I'm getting 80 grams of oats, this amount of carbohydrates, this amount of protein. I'm getting 4 eggs. This is what I need to do. I need to get it worked into amino acids, glucose, glycogen, and then I need to get it out of waste with a digestive system. Okay. It's not difficult. It's just having structure.
Right.
3 hours later, have another meal. 3 hours later, maybe not a meal, maybe a snack. But sooner or later, you're going to start getting hungrier and hungrier and hungrier. And that's where the 3 hours comes from. Okay.
Right.
Bulk that guy up. It's going to be in a matter of 2 months. He will add like 10 or 20 kilos, depending on what his genetics allows.
Of course.
So it's all about structure. It's nothing. There's no tricks. It's just discipline.
Right. And tell us about your current project. You gave me an invite, beg your pardon, on Facebook. Tell us a bit more about the program and the company that you're running through the Facebook page.
So I started a company with a good friend of mine back in 2016 called Atomic Nutrition. Okay.
Right.
So the vision was to create a nutritional brand that's affordable, but also no BS, So if I say there's 28 grams of protein in my whey protein, it must be 28 grams of whey protein. Okay.
Sure.
So in 2018, I took it to an investor. My partner died, unfortunately, of kidney disease. And then what happened was the investor took the shares over. And in 2021, beginning of the year, he just closed the company because he had the majority of the shares. So without any explanation or whatsoever, I was out of the company. So I decided to start a new company, start with myself and no one else. And that was the birth of Novagenics. Now, Novagenics stands for, what do we got? We got some protein shakes, we got pre-workouts, we got BCAAs, we got fat burners, and then we got the product that I like the most is called Lean Dreams. So when before you go to bed, you drink your Lean Dreams, it burns fat and it puts you into good sleep, So I sell a lot to people that struggles to sleep, and you won't imagine how many people doesn't get a good night of sleep.
Yeah.
When we go to bed, our bodies repair and recover. That's essential to us. If you start to get depression, if you start to get anxiety, and you're living in a familiar past with a predictable future, it's because you can't switch off. It's because you can't get deep sleep to repair and to recover.
Right.
And your mind is just running and running and running, and that's why I started this brand.
Right. Let's quantify it. Okay. How important is it to not only get the proper nutrition in, but also get a good night's sleep after working out? You can work out for 3 hours, whatever it may be, but how important is that proper nutrition with that sleep and that recovery time?
Well, listen, any stimuli like resistance training, like if you go to the gym or if you go to the wrestling ring and you pick someone up and throw him down, that's resistant training, because we don't do it once, we do it a couple of times, So there's muscle that's getting broken down. Okay. So now we go and eat. So we're feeding the muscle. Okay. So the muscle has been fed and everything, but now we need to calm down. We need to calm down the nervous system.
Right.
Okay. And then to lie down so that the body can start repairing and recovering of all these muscles that's been broken down. Not just muscles, some of the nerves has been broken down, you know, by falling on your back or whatever the case might be. The lymph system, the endocrine system, you know, I'm doing a lot of research into meditation. I'm doing meditation myself as well. And, you know, how, when you do meditation, you create a situation where you make your body fall asleep, but your mind's awake.
Right.
Okay. You go into the subconscious and you start changing and alter programs. Okay. The program, if I ask you, which leg do you put in your pants first?
Left leg.
Okay. Forever now.
Sorry?
Forever.
Yeah. The left leg, right leg. That's it.
Yeah, but you do left and then you go right. Since the day you were born.
Yeah, that's
okay?
Pretty much.
Your mom showed you or your dad showed you. Okay. Now that's a program you're running since you were born.
Right.
So when we go into meditation, we get an analytical mind away, the conscious mind that's constantly analyzing everything. Get it away, it's falling asleep, the ego is out of the way. Now we go into the subconscious and we're changing the program. Now you can change those programs that's not benefiting you.
Yeah.
You know, now you become aware of unaware thoughts. You become conscious of unconscious thoughts. You know, now you can change depression. Now you can change stage 4 cancer. You know, so what I'm telling you now is when you can get the body to chill out, healing comes in because the nervous system starts recovering and gets balanced. But when there's no balance, you're in dis-ease. And dis-ease started to become a depression phase. And that's why people doesn't recover, you know. You know, even with COVID and all this stuff, you know, you can't sleep because you can't breathe. Like I understand. You know, and then the recovery process takes so much longer. If you can just get to the point where you can sleep, take some prednisone and phenergan, antihistamine, and get those lungs to breathe and get some good nights of sleep, then you recover.
Right. Okay. So what is the next year have in store for you?
Well, 2023 is going to be big. It's going to be big. I must say, I think wrestling had a big time when we were on TV, both times with on ETV and it's ABC.
Right.
And now it came down. You know, it came down and it started to stabilize, and now we're back to those old festival shows. And bodybuilding was huge. Fitness industry was huge. 2016 with the Arnolds here, the first and second Arnolds. Listen, a lot of people has left the industry. Right. A lot of people went to cycling. A lot of people, it's not training anymore. It's not an in thing anymore. So a lot of things have started to calm down. So now you're going to really have to work to make a supplement brand work. You need to do something different, if you hear what I say. You can't do the same that always used to work. And so all I can say is I got my work cut out.
Absolutely.
A lot of people, you know, still want to be in shape. First of all, they still chasing vanity, still want to look good, you know. So you just have to tap into that energy.
Sure. Are you officially retired as a professional wrestler?
From where? From wrestling?
From wrestling. Do you think you could have another run?
Well, I'm sure I can, but you know what? I admire what you and Chris is doing in regards to the characters. Okay. Right. I never build a character. I build a body.
Right.
Okay. And I think in wrestling, it's so important to have a character. You can't wrestle without a character. And I could never understand why I didn't jump when I was on AWF.
Yeah.
But Sean came to me and Sean said to me, listen, I need a character. I don't need a body.
Yeah.
And I could never understand that, because I was
Yeah.
like, but and then here comes John Cena in the WWE. He got a body, and he got an awkward body, the way he moves. Vince even said, "Yo, this guy can't run ropes,"
Yeah.
because he
Yeah.
did it in an awkward way. But he could draw the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me to make a comeback, I need to draw the crowd. I need to find myself, my energy in the square circle, if you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. I get you. I get you. Well, the CPW is going to be at the Arnold's. We're going to have the ring out there and things like that. If you feel like having a bump and a roll around, let me know. We'll do an exhibition match there. I'll let you pick me up and throw me around for a few minutes.
I've just recovered some of my injuries, and guess what? It was none of these injuries was any wrestling related. It was more
Okay.
compensation in the gym related, wearing and tearing. But yeah, what is CPW? Who is it? And I don't even know. I've been so long out of the game,
Right. Okay. I get you. Right, Max. Last bit of nutritional information. Just a tip for everybody that's going to watch the show. What's the one nutrition tip that you would give anybody?
Don't waste your money on supplements
Right.
if you can't afford it. And I know, listen, I'm coming from a supplement brand,
Yeah.
but if you can't afford it,
that's a bit weird.
just buy the food.
Yeah.
You must just make the right choices. Just buy the right food. Listen, just get structure in your diet. That's all. If you eat this morning, make sure you weigh it, or you get like a measurement, and make sure you eat it the next day and the next day, and do it with every meal.
Sure.
And I'm telling you, things are going to change, because
Right.
you are changing the energy you're doing it with.
Right. Okay. Well.
And don't fall for gimmicks.
I was just about to say.
Fall for the racing gimmick, but not for the
Not for
gimmicks out there.
All right, I get you. Well, Max, it's short and sweet today, but we're gonna look out for your website and Facebook and everything. Like I said at the beginning of the show, we normally do something like that, where you put in those social media tags and everything like this. And I'm sure if there's people out there who want tips about nutrition and things like that, send them through to the Facebook page. We're going to add the links as well in the description. So if anybody's looking for any nutrition tips or hints or anything like that, the information is going to be available. And Max will be there to assist as much as he can, I'm sure.
Of course. Great. Thank you.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen.
And good luck in your channel, brother.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Working hard, man. Working hard.
Awesome. I can see that.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time as well. Ladies and gentlemen, for Max Watermayer and his company, we'll put everything in the links for you in the description so you can take a look at it. And myself, the Loudmouth. Loudmouth presents Off the Top Rope, uncensored, uncut, and getting our diets right.